Good morning. I just got done doing my workout and I'm getting ready to put together a loaf of bread before I log into work here. Out with my bowl and my dough whisk on my scale, and I'm adding 350 grams of water. I don't have a ton of active starter right now. I had transferred jars just so that I could clean her containers, so we're gonna see how much starter we have left here. I generally like to do about 150 grams of starter per loaf. Just leave that tiny bit in the jar and refeed her, and she'll be good to go later today to bake with. So stir together until you get this little bubbly slurry. What you want, this frothy, foamy grams for this loaf. And cover this up, set a timer for an hour, and then I'll be back with you. My salt, so now I'm going to just put my bowl on here and add 10 grams of salt to my dough. I'm gonna need some more salt here. And then I wet my hands and just really massage it in, make sure I get it into the dough. This is my first stretch and fold, so we'll do 3 more of these before we do the remainder of the bulk ferment. But so now we have our salt, flour, water, and sourdough starter all included. I'm going to take my temp of my dough, about 70.7 degrees. Based on this chart, in my 2-ounce container at 70 degrees, I'm going to put 32 grams dough in my little container here. So it's been 30 minutes since my addition of my salt and my first stretch and fold, so I'm just doing my second stretch and fold. I usually try to do at least 4 of them all the way around the bowl. I just wet my hands a little bit, and then I kind of do the coil folds, which really is just you're holding it and letting it fall and letting the dough fall on top of itself, and then I do it kind of the opposite direction. See how it's rolling over my hand? That way it's just kind of in this nice little ball. All right, so I started my dough this morning at about 7:45, and it's now 5 p.m. I left you at the first stretch and fold, and now this is how we're looking. So definitely nice and jiggly. You can see that the dough is just starting to touch the top of my container. All right, so I'm just getting some flour down here. And I'm gonna dump this out, than how it started, but this is the kind of texture consistency that you want your dough to be when you're doing your lamination. I am gonna get a little bit of flour on my fingers here just to prevent it from getting sticky. So I toss one side over, toss over the other, and then we're just going to, wow, that's a lot warmer than it was earlier today. I'm gonna get a little bit of surface tension here. And again, this isn't that big of a deal for your pre-shape. I just kind of am a perfectionist. So we are the following day after our loaf that we made yesterday. This has been proofing overnight. I'm just going to dump that out here. And I don't do like some people I know let their dough come out and sit for like 30 minutes. I just take it straight out of the fridge and pop it in the oven. And my oven has been preheating for almost 2 hours at 500 degrees. So wait for this dough, lid on, and we're gonna pop this in at 450 for 20 minutes. Okay, my video was like 59 minutes for some reason. I'm trying to edit. I'm just learning how to do that, so I missed being able to record taking the lid off and turning the temperature down to 400 from 450. So I did 450 for 20 minutes, took the lid off, bumped it down to 400, and put that in for 35 minutes. So I'm just getting ready here to take the temperature and make sure it's between 205 and 210. All right, that wasn't my finest documentation video, but very crisp, hot. So that was our finished start to finish loaf. And I apologize for, like I said, the editing. I'm new to this, but I will figure it out as I go.